generation. Obviously, without leads, you have no business. My plan for lead generation is to attract people to me, because although it's a hacked in phrase, it is a case of people need to like you, know you, and therefore be able to trust you. One very effective sales generation method that I've been hearing about a lot over recent months is that of Lisa Novak and her social media lead generation. Lisa's based in Australia, and she's had great success in working with just her mobile phone, doing videos on the fly, and she calls them raw videos because she just literally speaks to the camera about the property that she's looking at the time and selling. So I'm going to concentrate on that to start with. I'm going to go out and video local properties on the market that are for sale by using Facebook Live and Instagram Reels. And I've chosen those two social media systems because they both offer real-time video and therefore are likely to attract more viewers than would say just a stayed image, or worse still, just text. What else? Well, I have a lot of people I know through working on a COVID-19 project, and they're all based locally here in Guildford. I also have a lot of friends that I go running with at my local running club. So I shall be talking with them, chatting with them about what I'm doing, because they're always asking, and just letting them know that I'm there to help them if they should know of anybody that wants to sell their property. The third element of my lead generation master plan is to send direct mail. This has been used very effectively, it seems, by other people who have joined up with EXP, using something called a magic letter. So I'm going to be sending these out to those people who are on the market at the moment but either haven't sold yet, or just had to reduce their price, or might even have withdrawn their properties, in order to get my name out and to see how I can best serve them. So as regards social media platform, I've already mentioned Reels, which is obviously Instagram, and Facebook Live. I shall obviously continue to use Facebook because it attracts so many people, so many potential followers. When using Facebook, they can deliver an audience for me based upon very definite criteria that I can set. So, for example, people who are wanting to buy in Guildford, people who are between certain age groups, people with certain interests, people who have been on Rightmove. They say that there's at least 54,000 data tags attached to each and every individual on Facebook. I don't know if that's correct, but they can definitely be very precise in terms of how the adverts can be targeted. I should use YouTube because YouTube is excellent for providing evergreen material. You can record a video, upload it to YouTube, and perhaps not hear from anybody for 6 or 7 years together, but it's still there, and it's still there to provide potential buyers or sellers information that they might have searched for and that's relevant to selling their property, and therefore hopefully finding me as the answer to their prayers. I shall also use LinkedIn because I believe that LinkedIn, being more business orientated, will help me to attract like-minded agents looking to seek my views and advice on whether to become self-employed or not. Of course, Google is the most important platform to be on, because if people have a need to sell their property, that is the first platform they'll go to in order to do a search. So the ways in which I will use Google are to deliver blogs which provide a great tool to ensure you get highly ranked on Google, and also Google Ads. But one thing I could do initially is to set up a Google business page, which at least will enable Google to recognize I have a business, it's in Guildford, I'm a local estate agent, and I offer information that's relevant to the needs of the property selling public here in Guildford. And finally, two remaining parts of my lead generation master plan will be: one, to become a digital mayor. Digital mayor was a term coined by Gary Vaynerchuk, a leading marketeer based in the States. And he says that the most important way that you can attract people to you and therefore generate leads is by becoming a digital mayor. So you are seen as a local expert in your local town when it comes to the community and being a part of that community. So for example, he suggests communicating with local business operators and going out to do video interviews with them. I'm thinking about attending schools to interview heads about the questions that people coming into the area should ask, for example. And then finally, the last element of my master plan is to physically go knocking on doors, not now, but at a little bit later down the line, where I will have a newsletter to deliver content in a printed fashion. So I can just drop it in to people, say, look, here's something for you. I'm not committing you to anything. Just if it can be useful to you, that's great. And then perhaps by giving, I shall receive in return. And that might be an instruction to sell their property. So that's my lead generation plan.